Brainstorming and sharing ideas is the funnest part of the creative process. We decided to skip the boring part of actually making stuff and just do the fun part. I'm your host, Tom Walma,
I'm Chris Karpinski.
I'm Mike Czar.
and this is Creativity Wasted.
So I brought a couple ideas. First one is a real simple concept, really. It's a domestic exchange for high school students. And, it sounds simple. You get foreign exchange, people from France come to the U.S. or U.S. go Saudi Arabia, whatever the case may be. But in this case, city kids would go to the country school. Country school kids would go to the big city school. And if you could imagine what a culture shock that would be. Let's say you grew up in, Tom, where did you grow up?
Cedar Springs, Michigan,
Okay.
sort of rural.
Let's say you're in Cedar Springs and you get to spend a semester in New York City. You're going to have to learn to hail a cab, to ride the bus, to do everything. It's going to be a lot different. And then there's going to be a New York City kid that's going to get to experience what it's like to have life in a small town.
I can attest. I've only lived in Toledo, Ohio, and New York City, and they are very different places. So yes, there are a lot of skills that both of them have.
Now you just moved to New York 2 ago as an adult, right?
No, I've been out here for like 3 years, so not like a crazy long time, but yeah.
Whatever. You weren't a kid. You didn't.
No,
move to New York
I was
as a
like
kid.
almost 30. Yeah, too old.
Well, let's say you were 17 and you made that jump.
That's what I'm saying.
I
I think that would be way better. And I was an idiot when I was 17. I'm dumb now, but like I was so stupid when I was 17. That would have helped.
Yeah, I mean, I know my mother was a teacher, and they used to go on this yearly field trip. She taught in Milwaukee, so rather big city, and they took these kids on a bus 40 minutes to someplace called Old World, Wisconsin. It was the old, antique village kind of thing. Well, once these kids that were from the city of Milwaukee, they got out in the country, they thought they were lost. She had a bus full of kids going, I think we're lost. We're never going home. And they were less than an hour from home. So, this concept, while there's some seriousness to it, it could actually be fun. I mean, Tom, imagine if you had to go from, isn't Cedar Springs where they make the union suits, the underwear?
Red flannel underwear, yeah.
Red flannel underwear.
We have a parade about underwear, yeah.
Go from red underwear to the Big Apple as a high school student would have been eye-opening. I mean, wouldn't it? I mean, just think of, dating would have been a whole different world there.
Yeah.
Numbers increase, your chances get better.
Yeah, I like that. I needed all the help I could get with on that front.
So an exchange, domestic exchange would have been a super idea for you. And, I know, some other domestic exchange ideas is take kids from disadvantaged homes and for a semester have them live with somebody really, really rich.
Why not just a whole year? Because then you don't have to worry about the actual academic part being as fucked up.
Yeah, I don't know. A semester just sounds, you can rotate more kids through if you go for a semester. Because my guess is you're probably going to have a limited number of host families. How many, parents in New York City are going to take their time with the kid from Cedar Springs to teach him, how to get on the right bus to get to school in the morning.
I guess dealing with a stranger's kid for a whole year, if they suck.
I did foreign exchange with kids. I had a girl from France and a girl from Brazil. First one was just for a semester. She was going to be a year with another family. The other family didn't work out. She thought she was an au pair instead of an exchange student. They had her babysitting and she should have been going to basketball games. Second semester, we got her the second semester. The other one, we said, well, I think it'd be easier to do a year. Actually, it is a little easier to have a stranger in your home for a year because then they become not a stranger. But,
yeah. So your kid went off. You had a kid also who went away.
No, they didn't go away. It wasn't a true exchange. They were gone pretty much out of the house when we had our exchange students. That's how we had an extra bed. Otherwise, there's no way we would have had room for them if both our kids would have been home. but my kids did travel internationally, which was good for them because I think, that's a great thing. If you go somewhere, meet someone different, you get to learn about their sense of humor. You get to learn about their culture. A lot of cool things can come out of any sort of exchange. But I think the domestic exchange is something we could try here, and let kids see how the other half lives, and maybe they'll grow up and be decent human beings.
This country is also so different. Like the whole thing, there's just all these like weird different like New York outside of the city is very like mountainous and stuff. And I was just out in LA. I went to Joshua Tree, and like that place is just weird and alien and like the desert. I loved it. But yeah, no, that's very interesting. I think especially not even just like small town city, but all over, that would be a dope idea.
Yeah, travel is great. I mean, that's how you learn.
Mm-hmm.
Go somewhere different, meet different people, then you get out of your shell.
Would you get to return the kid if it didn't work out?
You probably. I mean, realistically, yes.
Yeah.
If it's not working out, the kid can go back home and pick up at his home school, and you don't want to make the kid suffer. But if the kid is, enjoying meeting new people, different lifestyle for a while, that would be fun.
Here's what you do. You have a private, like Harry Potter school, like in the middle of nowhere somewhere. And all the kids who don't work out get sent there instead. So it's like a stick that you can threaten them with.
Yeah.
So then they're not as big of a dicks to you.
Yeah, actually,
that makes sense.
My youngest son went to a semester school. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of one, but they specialize in different fields of study. And when you're in high school, you can go away for a semester, earn credits, still take your English and your math courses and your foreign language, whatever you need, but they have an emphasis. And he went to one that was conservation science. And they used to refer to the place as Prison in the Pines because quite frankly, this place was in the middle of nowhere. It was on the border of the UP in Wisconsin. I mean, you walked off the back of campus and you were in Michigan. The school was in Wisconsin. So you walk off and you're in the Sylvania wilderness. So this was way out there, but it was sort of that idea of, getting away, meeting other people. And of course, trying to get away with everything you can't get away with at home, right? Because it was, you lived in dorms there. You didn't live with a family. But for a high schooler, that was quite the experience. So that's what really made me think, let's do the domestic exchange, because this program opened his eyes to so many other things that you could open the eyes of a lot of kids and make them a whole lot smarter, emotional intelligence wise.
Any shows you want to plug or anything before you go? Podcasts, comedy shows, whatever.
I'm putting out an album soon. I don't have it done yet, but it will be done soon. So I guess just wait for it.
Recorded already?
Yeah, I recorded at the Independent.
Oh yeah, that one. I was there.
Yeah, you were there.
Yeah.
You're part of it.
All right. Anything, Chris? Are you still there?
Just a monthly show at Valhalla in Kalamazoo.
What was it? Meaded in Valhalla or something? There's a pun.
Mead me at Valhalla because it's a meadery.
Awesome.
Yeah, you can get mead and custom sodas there. So.
Oh, nice.
When did you say that was? What day of the week?
Second Thursday of the month.
This has been a production of Planet Amp Podcast, powered by Pinecast.